The English natural historian Charles Darwin put forward a theory, the theory of evolution. According to the imaginary scenario of evolution, lifeless matter supposedly came together by chance in such a way as to give rise to the first living cell. Of course, there was no science to Darwin's claims. Evolution took advantage of the primitive level of technology in the past to deceive the public. It is as if they had cast a spell over them. How advances eventually stripped Darwinists' masks away. The branch of science revealed countless pieces of evidence refuting the theory of evolution. The creation of the Europe to see the first time because the Atlas laid out a reality, the fossil record of the theory of evolution. Not only a giant book, the highest quality graphic illustrations, convincing and impressive in appearance, it also has considerable attention because of the of God's sublime creation, information refuting the theory of evolution that it contains. Reports of Darwinism are pouring in from all over the world. Public opinion polls for major show that belief is the theory of evolution legs. In addition, scientists are turning towards God and saying that all of life was created. The numbers of the proponents of evolution are declining day by day. Are turning to God in waves. Say, truth has come and falsehood has vanished. Falsehood is always bound to vanish. France. Shortly after it had been published in Turkish and English, the a considerable response in France. In a year since the Atlas arrived in France, evolutionists have still people in France who believe back to creation days. Having seen the public real in life thanks to the Atlas of creation. There now follows a selection of reports showing the psychological collapse that has on Darwinists. 2007 edition of the well-known French magazine, Science to Creation and its impact on the world, particularly French. The comments in the magazine regarding the Atlas from a evolutionist publication clearly reveal the theory of evolution and the traumatic psychological effect this has had on evolutionists. All schools in 2007, and that refutes the Atlas of shock impact, which had for decades been subjected to Darwinist. The term "like a cold shower" in the report is one sign of this. The Inspector of National Education says, "This is the first major Muslim-based action in this. This means that with a considerable success." These words, this circle, stunned or sudden, have once again forced to admit the superiority of the Atlas of Creation. Intellectual struggle taking place. The way that European students education have now seen has come as a realist philosophy. Professor of life science and earth, one about her thoughts on the subject. Position before. I have 5 convinced opponents of evolution and are excellent students. Their replies up in a month, referring to the Harun Yahya found on the internet. According to Education Inspector General and a senior of life, some situations sometimes arise. School students write the answers to exam questions about the theory of the school, but also write that they do not agree with evolution. French Daily carried a report on 22 April 2008 headed "Anthropologist Pas" that creationism is in the paper, which has a circulation of 104,000, reference made to the impact the Atlas of Creation has had on this change. Agreeing with what creationists surprised to me. In their eyes, the reason for the evils of the 20th century is that people turned their backs on religion. What is the evidence? People who turned their backs on the Creator turned into animals. Theory thought that he is descended from the order of animal, and then this leads syllabus. The media were largely unconcerned by Islamic creationist movements, until, that is, the Turkish Atlas of Creation reached thousands of people. Then there was literally complete. The Muslim country had fallen like a rock into the sea of realities. Weekly news anti-evolutionary creationist activities as its cover under the banner head creationist attack stated that university students began the theory of evolution, now that the Atlas of Creation they never expected that students would one day assail them with these questions. Of creation has led to serious materialist and Darwin. They say that the which evolution they have seen more view of their own intellectual systems than all of anti-Darwinist works to date. So much book. Following the teaching of creationism in schools, the Council of Europe, headquartered in the French city of Strasbourg, went on to hold a press conference on 4 October 2007. The subject of the conference was the Atlas of Creation, which lay on the table throughout. At the conference, Anne Brazil, politician of Luxembourg, admitted a council picked up the atlas to show it to the assembled jury and went on. Harun Yahya is a Muslim. This is the first. It is in 2 languages, English and French. It says that the theory of evolution is a lie, that Darwinism is the root cause of terror, for the dictators of the 20th century and the like. About the messages that had been received in response to the report, the parliamentarians speaking emails. The Commission and I were generally described as people with no respect for and freedom of religion. Through its attitude to the act of creation, that it was quite able to ignore such concepts as democracy and belief when these of an idea, the act of creation being seen as a danger solely because it proves the oneness of God, confirms the message contained within the book. The Atlas of Creation, who claim to espouse democracy and ideas to refuting, such as book banning, is subject to debate, and what is more, the shockwaves from for wider. Belgium. De Morgan, a popular Belgian published in the third report regarding Harun Yahya's Atlas of Creation on 16 February. The report belief in the theory of evolution had been on a continual decline in Belgium in the wake of the Atlas. The report, which constituted the daily story, went on to say the following under the head "A Major Conspiracy Against the Theory of Evolution." I do not believe it from apes. It is stated in the Quran that this is untrue. Muslims have been asked in the theory of evolution, the same name but at the same time, the theory is being increasingly rejected in this country. A great many reject the things have a common ancestor and evolved centuries. From the end of the 19th, they weighed science still believed in the theory of evolution. Or poll, the figure had fallen to only 1 in 4. al-Isra, Italy's most daily, devoted considerable space to the impact in Europe. Paper, some 700,000, appeared under the cover page headline, "Christians and Muslims join forces against Darwinism." Teachers in Belgian schools are boycotting education. Between teachers who teach Darwin's claims are worthy of being taught. They believe in creation and that the origins of human life lie not in orangutans, but in an infinite divine power. Their students, in their view, as Harun Yahya, is in its 2008 issue, which a short while ago, the Atlas of Creation universities as well as large this large Harun Yahya with the aim of refuting the theory of evolution. A book being sent means that it has shocked. A Belgian daily, no country of belief created on 14 March 2008. Creation is progress. That certain religious groups are having a huge impact in this sphere. Remember the Atlas of Creation sent out to French schools last year. Brick-like 800. Yahya takes the Quran as his basis for rejecting the theory. The world-famous Reuters, whose news reports serve 1 billion people every day, carried us extracts from an interview with Adnan Oktar by Tom, religious correspondent based in its Paris, titled Islam. The report said, Harun is one of the most distributed in the Muslim world. His glossy books and DVDs on religion Islamic bookshops around the globe. He lets readers download much of his work from his website. In its May-June 2008 magazine Humanist, which has been published in 1985, carried rise Europe. The story, by a Danish evolutionist professor, noted the impact Adnan Oktar's work was having. Many had no idea there was a resurgence creationism in one indeed come to Europe. Therefore we have seen so far the beginning. Star Party announced its unease at the rise of creationist beliefs of evolution and the disturbing of Darwinism, the basis for communism, is alarming. The proponents of communist ideology. There can be no communism where there is no Darwinism. Of the false day long used to draw from Darwinism and is condemned, numbered, discredited ideology. This is what the article had belief in creation. 35 years ago, creationism to one of my nobody, he said, takes these people seriously. Roger now professor at Glasgow University has to take creationism, or evolution, to call it, seriously than that. More mainstream than it is in Christianity. The most prominent Muslim creationist, the Harun Yahya's, are finally produced. On 2007, daily published in the German cities of Berlin and Bonn, carried a report concerning the Atlas of Creation under the heading "The Truth About Harun Yahya" by Helmut Frankenberg, Adnan Oktar, the proponents who has the most destructive impact on evolution. Atlas Adnan piece. It is a book, paper, consisting of stunning illustrations of the edition of the magazine Science, referred to the Atlas, gorgeous on evolution in a long time. The marketing of the book has been planned, so much so reached all the teachers in Cologne on the same day. In fact, young people turn over the pages, they will inevitably by its presentation. The wolf skull, fish, insect fossils all send out the same message. They have remained for millions of years and never have. 7 of this, Germany's main dailies, carried an article about the great impact of creation, particularly the Atlas of Creation. The wide reaction in France. Thousands of copies of the book fell, as if from a lofty void, onto the desks of teachers, school principals, library curators, and editors. Paper, 800 pages long, and weighs about 6 kilograms, or 12 pounds. Darwin line created the world. Russia. considerable impact in Russia, governed by a regime for years, and Darwinism is literally the official policy of state. This state of affairs was in a report in Russia, Komsomolskaya Pravda, 3.1 million. The cover search for God, the simultaneously, but was that paper, which was established in 1920 as the Communist League, questioned the theory of evolution and covered metaphysical questions that science answer, covered the views of holding religious beliefs, the way that 10 Yahya's books and India have been read and watched for years in Russia, and the way that the public promoting works has without a doubt had a major influence on the Russian turning. On 3 and 4 Switzerland's law carried 2 reports of Yahya. Reports emphasized how work on creation. Whole Switzerland is now discussing the Le Matin, Switzerland's main dailies, referred to the power atlas of creation terms. Creationism is schools in America. Such propaganda is well on the way. An extraordinary has invaded. Dutch language copies of the atlas, a number of Verhoeven admits to not believing in the evolution of living things. Der Verdieping Trau, one of 105, on 26 July, an empire. This provides Yahya's life to the impact of the Atlas of Creation. Expensive tome filled with propaganda against the theory of evolution was sent free of charge to scientists and schools. The Atlas of Creation is a superbly designed book. Weighing 6.6 kilograms and at 800, stunningly attractive book is full of photographs of fossils. Denmark. The 13th September 2007 edition of Politiken, highest circulation day, carried a report titled "An Anti-Darwinist Bombardment." The article in the paper lines about an internal campaign against the weighs 6.5 As he himself says, Harun Yahya has a campaign, which is means to give people an instrument to help them return their faith. (13) 2007 Jitske Veskisten, a Danish daily, devoted a whole page to a report concerning the Atlas of Creation. The report included a biology teacher's exam. Jørgen Hvitve teaches biology said, attractive book as he leafed through its pages. This book, which questions was 7 biology teachers. Jørgen was still received the book classes on the theory of evolution. There are other ideas about. There are millions of people who believe in creation, and my students need to be aware of this. This is an beautiful book. Deputy Education Minister Sichowski has said that Darwin's theory is a lie and should not be. A statement recently issued at the Ministry of Education, the Polish education said, and in the same way, instead of right, lies such called average of 10,000 information about the world. Some of the statements carried under the heading "A Major book" says that Darwinism underlies 160 and weighs 5.5 kilograms. Is of flaw 3 format and printed on paper. Its cloth cover contains holograms of animals, illustrations, graphs, and diagrams. So very expensive in bookshops. But this book has been sent out free of charge to North. The Belfast Telegraph, of more than 100,000 headquarters of creationism, increasing the number of believers in evolution in Turkey, the fact that 99% believe in God as a consequence of Harun Yahya's work. Periódico, a Spanish daily, carried out the Atlas of 20 March 7 edition. The report in the paper, which appears in edition and has 150,000 university professors leave a mysterious book against Darwin and statements by one of the recipients of This volume is 800 pages long and luxurious and contains illustrations and photographs of extraordinary high quality in which all possible colors are employed. The dean of the biography goes on to say, "The atlas is special with an exceedingly luxurious appearance and visually perfect photographs, and with all colors being used." Serbia. Ministry of Culture that evolutionary school lessons appropriate alternative creationist education should also be provided. Large long is Darwin to 20 May 2007 space to the work of It's 19 June 2007. Need a daily newspaper affiliated in the Italian press report concerning the language paper. It's a circulation in excess of 100. Fiorenzo The Monuments of Creation. British Muslim author Harun Yahya, real name Adnan Oktar. On Earth is to be creation with no evolution evolved. Greatest science dealt a body blow to materialism and Darwinism. The effect of the work revealed the validity of the theory of is also reflected in various public opinion polls. The results have revealed a very powerful creationist trend, and this is a matter of grave concern that people no longer believe in evolution. Believe in evolution. According to one poll, results recently published by the Turkish and Social Studies Foundation, the saying the theory of evolution is true stands those saying God. According to people interpret the theory of evolution, in other words, that living things are the result of chance over millions of years. In the 70s and 75 Turkish believed that evolution was true. Today, the figure has dropped to 11%.
Evrim teorisine inanmıyorum.
Evrim teorisinin gerçek olmadığı
ve her insan alanın
Darwin teorisini çürüttüğü için özellikle ben görmeye gelmiştim. İkinci kez geliyorum.
Veteriner hekimim. Bu teorisi tamamen
Bu fosiller gerçek. Çünkü
Sergi gerçekten çok hocasının gözleri.
Sergi çok gerçekçi buldum ve
diye bir şeyin olmadığına.
Ben arkeoloğum aynı zamanda. Burada da gördüğümüz kadarıyla evrim teorisinin bu anlamda bir safsata olduğu anlaşılmaktadır.
Evrim teorisi zaten artık 21. yüzyılın bir teorisi değil. Köhne bir teori.
Yıllar önce çürütü bazı çıkar çevreleri tarafından çalışılıyor.
Söyleniyor. Bir tane bile gösterilmedi bize. Yani zaten ara geçiş formu yok. Olanlar da sahte ve bulunan bütün fosiller değişmemiş. Yani bu yani çok mükemmel, çok güzel bir olay.
A poll on French scientific website no longer believe. Following the impact of the distribution of the Atlas of Creation, the French website al-Isra. The results of the search for Darwinism has been annihilated. The findings, set out under the caption, "Your views on evolution," no longer believe in evolution. Demolished in God created life. The Publications conducted a poll about creation on its website. Responded to the question by saying, evolution. According to the results of a by the daily Extra Bladet circulation, Danes no longer believe in evolution. Asked, "Do you think that human beings are descended from apes?" 88% of the according to a poll in Germany, no longer believe in evolution.
According to a poll regarding whether or not evolution actually happened on the website of that human beings are the work of a creator, 1%.
According to a survey in Switzerland, the population should be of believing in the stood at 85% in the website of Blick, one of Switzerland's. It is of Darwin and by bequeathed by him. The true facts have been revealed. False masks worn by those who lied in the Netherlands have been torn away, and Charles Darwin has gone down in history as scientific fraud. Evolutionist attempts to regain lost prestige. The act of continuing to in a manner that cannot be prevented. The latest developments, some instances of which we've seen in film, have revealed a truth. No matter how materialistic to hinder the spread of values, no matter how to obscure a law, Darwinism of their worldview has finally collapsed. Mankind from such deceptions in the 21st century and has already leave begun returning to the purpose with the intellectual and peace and security prevail on earth. Will turn to the future, and promised by the light of God over the truth against falsehood, and it cuts right through its brain, and it vanishes. Woe without end for you. They desire to extinguish God's light but God will perfect his. Believers hate it. And the religion of truth to exalt it over every other religion.